The last step in the 6 steps is preparing the learner. And it might be the last step, but it isn't actually the last thing you do. You start preparing your learners right from day one of any course around any assessment they're going to take. Because taking exams can be a high stakes experience for learners. Some learners have great test taking skills, some learners don't. Some learners, as soon as you put an exam in front of them, it's like a deer in the headlights. They just shut right down. It's such an unnerving experience. So the best thing we can do as instructors is help them to lay those challenges by preparing them for taking the test. And so I'm going to talk about that preparation in general preparation terms and specific to the exam. So in general preparation, things include scheduling the test, letting the learner know right up front when is this test going to happen, and hopefully quite a bit of time before the test happens. You're going to help people to understand, your learners to understand how to study for that test and outline what's expected on the exam. And a lot of times we do that when we're doing our lesson plans. I don't know how many times I said, oh, this would be a good thing to be on the test, or this would be a good question on the test. Those types of things, that's general preparation. So when it comes specific to the exam, this is when you're given the specific information about the exam. Again, you're going to provide the date. You want to talk about the length and type of exam. So when we're talking about a type of exam, is it final, midterm, those kind of things. When we talk about length, you're talking about the number of items as well as the duration or how long it takes to complete the test, because that's important too. For a learner, if it's a pop quiz, it's only 10 questions, that's one thing to prepare them. But when it's an exam that may take 2 hours, we want to tell the learner it's going to take 2 hours, or tell them it is going to be an 80-item exam covering what content. We're going to describe the content and the objective to be covered to ensure that the learner knows what to expect on the exam and how to be able to study for it. And most importantly, we want to be positive with the learner about the test, assuring learners they can do well if they study, if they prepare for the exam. And letting people know that, I always tell people, nobody's died in my class when they've taken an exam. They just felt like they were going to die. Again, the more time we take to prepare the learners, the better off they're going to be when they go to take their exams.